So, I've had a busy day today at the lockup. Stephen's been there.
I've had a busy day there. You've been here.
You've had a busy day there. I've had a loungy day, if you like, trying to sort out the labels where all our furniture's in lockup, because we had to quickly leave our house because
Before the police came.
No, not because the police were coming. We never get to Portugal this way. No, because the people that wanted to move in our house wanted to move in less than 4 weeks so they could avoid the stamp duty. So to help them out, we hurried along, and literally it was like we were throwing all our stuff in the end into a lockup. And we've managed now to find a removals company that will take our furniture to Portugal and all our belongings without us having our baggage allowance.
Baggage certificate.
Baggage certificate. So we can't get our baggage certificate until we get our visa. Is that right, Stephen?
Until we get residency.
Till we get residency.
Yeah, you can't get your baggage certificate until you're an actual resident. We've got temporary resident status.
Okay.
So
okay.
This company does it a different way with a customs broker, and they charge per cubic metre. So they don't worry about the baggage certificate.
Okay.
So we just pay customs duty on all their furniture.
Yeah, going through to France.
They're going through the port, Channel Tunnel, I think, with the lorry.
Yeah.
And then by road all the way to Portugal.
Okay, so we've got 20 cubic metres, have we?
That's what we've been quoted for. We might have a little bit more.
But we might have a bit more. So our worrying thought is we've got one lockup that's totally filled, and we'd already taken the advice of labelling and itemising every item that was on there. So that's what we've been doing. We've now since then had this other company that have said every label that we put on it with a number on it also needs to have our name, address and our telephone number. So now we're doing stickers with our name, address, telephone number, and then a green sticker on it with the number of the item, so that we can work it out. And today you've been there and got more, have you? How many have you got now?
I've been writing in my dude.
I feel like being presented with this.
I'm not aiming home.
So he's been today, and he's been to the lockup, and he's been marking out every item that we've got. Oh, table saw, loose.
Yeah, so can't put that in a box, it's massive.
So that's got to be wrapped up yet?
No, it doesn't have to be wrapped up.
No, have I got to wrap it, like shrink wrap it, or...?
No, it's not. It's just one unit, big thing.
Okay, so I've got to do that. But that's number 264, and we've still got a lot more to go. So
yeah, there's all loose stuff, and
it's
taken us in boxes.
Yeah, so it's taken us some time, isn't it?
It's a nightmare.
But hopefully we can get through this. So this is just one of the chores that we're left with. The only problem is I'd also started a list, so now I'm trying to combine them up, so it got confusing. So once we've worked out all of that, we will literally, all the removing guys will have to go off of is one sticker, one number.
They're not worried, it's just the customs people, in case they want to check it, they want to say, what's in that box? And you say, oh, that's box 168.
Yeah.
You look for the box, say, in box 168, there's some pants.
They're not looking at my pants and numbers. No, your pants then. So, don't you fit me off now. So then on top of that as well, I'm typing it into a list. So then I can print it off for a list that customs have.
Yeah.
And what the lorry driver has, because he'd have to hand it to customs most probably.
Yeah, we've got to put a name and address on each box because it's probably going to be a part load.
Yeah, and because in case of part load, and we don't want anything going missing, as we've taken all this time to do it. And then also we print off a list for us to have as well. So then we have got details of all what we're trying to get over there. And at the end of the day, it's most probably so much junk in the end of the day.
Rubbish.
That, you know, it's hard to work out.
Time to sell it all because we sold the house so quick.
Yeah.
And we sort of such a rush to get out. We just literally had to Well, we couldn't get a removals company, so we used
No.
this camper van to move everything.
Yeah, so far we've moved everything in the camper. Bless her, she's getting very tired now, isn't she? She went from one day being like our little weekender to then we was determined we wanted to have longer holidays and breaks. Then we said, oh, wouldn't it be lovely if we was living in her? But reality of living in her?
It's small.
Small. Tight. Condensation.
Winters, it's just winter.
Winter.
We can keep warm in here. The gas is a problem.
Yeah.
LPG, trying to get hold of LPG bottles. Couldn't get hold of 6 kilogram LPG bottles. So
Not
I've
at
fitted
all.
a gasset system now.
Mm.
But the garages are not many of them in the UK.
How easy was it to fit the gas?
Not that, it was a bit awkward because it's just like a metal skinned van. So I had to drill through the metal of my van.
Yeah.
And then that came into a cavity and it's behind a cupboard. It was awkward. Very awkward. But I used to work with gas, so I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, luckily I have a
yeah,
gas
it's not
engineer with
it's
me.
not complicated.
No. And
But it's a good system because it's that £27 for a 6 kilogram bottle.
Can you get a 6 kilogram
You
bottle?
can't get them at the moment.
Can't get
We
any
filled
gas
up the other
anywhere
night
around the
in
country, so
Littlehampton,
it's been a
On the way
nightmare.
back through there,
Yeah,
and it was £8.
yeah, £8. We're in our van at the moment due to the fact of trying to apply for the visa, meaning heading back to the UK and sorting the paperwork, the huge pile of paperwork that we've been collating all together to take up to London.
We've been there once and didn't have quite all the paperwork.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we've been there once. This filming is done at a different time of everything else, so we've not actually said when we're in the UK and when we've been in Portugal. But of course, we've done our 8-day travel to there, and then we've done 60 days.
We've used up our 90 days Schengen allowance out of 180. So we went there for 8 days, come back, got the dog sorted, went back over again in mid-September, and we had to leave beginning of December because our 90 days ran out. So we're not allowed to go back if we want another 90 days. It's back mid-March.
Yeah.
We can go back.
So we have got our Eurotunnel booked, ready to go back over the water and go to our home.
If we got our passports back
If we got our passports back.
Fine.
We took with us all Stephen's paperwork because it was actually his appointment and not mine, because one, we just couldn't get an appointment, so it was Stephen's appointment alone, and basically as we
their
got
website
there,
just crashes all the time.
so we pleaded with them to see if I could go in on that one as well, and they said if we got all the paperwork to it, and we had most but not all of my paperwork, so we said yes on the knowing that we was still missing the criminal record. Not that I've got a criminal record, I've got that back now.
I don't know, we've not checked it yet.
We'll have to have a grand opening in a minute. That'd be frightening. So we, Stephen took with him his passport, his IDs, any savings, any money he's got. It's not a lot now. No, and a cover letter of why we want to go to Portugal. And then
there's loads of things you have to
any
do.
other details.
Do another video on how we did it.
We'll have to put a pack
Might not
together.
be successful again yet.
No. So we've done the first bit, but while we was in there, she looked over his paperwork and said, on his paperwork of what he's got, it's showing enough that may mean that it could be okay to send it all to Portugal. But because mine needs to be done as well, and also, you know, we've been sent away with lots of other different bits to do, we are due back there on Thursday, next Tuesday. So we're heading over to London again and see how it all goes. And
get
so
steak sandwich again.
Yeah, get steak sandwich again. Do you know, we found this place around the corner called Finch's.
I think so.
I tell you now, it's the best steak open sandwich on a sourdough that we had. The restaurant, well, cafe, bar. Yeah.
Here's a pub.
Yeah. So where the VS. Oh, I'm so forgetful. I've got a really bad brain. Where the VFS Global is, we then walked back towards the shops going straight, and as we headed to it, there was a place just across the road of the zebra crossing called Finch's. We was actually going to head further on, but no, that was nice and close. If I couldn't have got in, I would have gone and sat in there and had a coffee. And yeah, luckily we did get to go, but we also got to get a steak sandwich as well.
Yes.
Very nice.
So back in the UK, waiting for a visa, tidying up the storage, lock up, trying to keep warm.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the van from getting damp.
Yeah. We only really noticed the dampness. We're lucky enough that we've got a friend that's letting us stay on their driveway. So we do have access to plugging in, emptying
we've got a hook up here, which
waste.
is a lot easier than what
better
than what a lot of people have.
Yeah, we're quite lucky. I think we're extremely lucky because I don't think if we didn't have somewhere that we could be staying on a driveway, it'd be quite hard trying to find somewhere every single night.
We've done wild camping before we went last time, but yeah, that was in.
It was in the summer. It was lovely, and of course, you know, when you're dealing with going to another country, and we were determined to do it, it does make tempers a bit flared in here at times because there isn't space.
Summer.
Yeah. This is our worst one. You're the pickle that causes trouble because she barks a lot. She screams, in fact, when she goes out on a walk. She screams when she goes in the car. She screams when we start a journey. So if it's ever noisy on a journey, I'm sorry. She is very noisy. The other one is sitting down there. He is very big, but at the same time, he's pretty good. He's so easy. But again, before all this journey started, this wasn't easy for us. We'd gone from working full-time. You'd done 20 years as a gas engineer.
I've done more than that since I left school.
Yeah.
Worked for the same company for 20 years. But
it all got really hard going, and I left my job as a carer, and then of course there's been Brexit, COVID, everything happened, and also our dog's been quite poorly. Our big one's had, just before we actually went out, we had to get him all cleared as well because he had just had his third cancer operation on his back. But luckily we still got him.
Yep, yeah, so all right.
And
touch wood.
Yeah, so he had quite a major operation. The third one was a huge one. But we are so grateful to be able to I don't mind now, I get all teary. So grateful now that we are be able to get him out to Portugal.
He's been running around the
He's been
land.
out there.
Just now he's looking at this going, what are we doing back here in this tin box?
Why have you put us in a tin can when we
get back out?
I've just been I just got used to every evening sitting staring at each bit of the land, of like watching every field, trying to listen to all the noises. It was so funny though when we'd not been in there long, and Ted was getting his feet of the whole land, wasn't he? And every evening he'd sit in the middle. It's on 3 terraces, 3 tiers. So he'd sit in the centre one, and he'd sit at night time and just watch and listen out for everything. And suddenly there was some dogs in a neighbour neighbourhood, the next like village down, and they were all as their usual round about 5 o'clock barking, and Ted sitting there listening decided that's enough, and gave out one almighty woof, wasn't it? And it was like silence. We didn't hear him all evening then after that, did we?
A new dog in town.
Yeah, it was like new dog, yeah. So yeah, it was quite interesting. But we've absolutely loved our journey so far. We're missing it so much at the moment, and the weather, and we're absolutely jealous because we know that the sun's out over there and people are planting all their first...
Yeah, missing planting stuff.
It's as if spring started and they're all getting their first
all
buds
that hard work
out.
we did tidying up.
I know.
If we're not quick, it's going to be
a forest.
3 foot high again.
Yeah, yeah. You'll be out there trying to... At least this time, when we first went out there, we had no tools at all. So we started with our bare hands, sort of raking the land. And then I thought it was about time to go and get a rake. And then Stephen got himself... What's that called?
A shaker. Strimmer.
I could be doing a lawnmower, I could be doing anything there. It's a strimmer.
Yeah.
So, petrol. Diesel? Petrol.
Petrol.
Petrols. Oh, shows how much I know.
If you can get a diesel strimmer, that'd be quite good.
Yeah. LPG.
Yeah, no, diesel could run it on vegetable oil or something.
Yeah. So, yeah, we went, so by then we've got a strimmer, we've got a rake, a spade, a fork, and so we're starting to get some tools together. So by the end, when we first turned up, it was crispy land, and you will see some other videos of what we've put together of from dry crispy.
We eventually learn not to have the phone that way.
Yeah, and we're just starting to learn that the phone has to go sideways and not up that way. We really are new at this, and we've not done any filming or anything, so you really have to bear with us. But we're heading back to go and see if now we've got a mini forest again to
we just got to wait
trim down
for a visa.
Yeah, yeah.
And if we get a visa, we'll be out there. Well, we'll be there living there then.